Have you ever wondered about all of the varieties of ferns and foliages and how to best sustain them? I know that I don't have all of the answers to these questions, but I know somebody who does. Today I'm here at the Central Florida Fern and Foliage, and I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Matt Roberts, who is the general manager.
Welcome.
Well, you look so busy and obviously having fun.
Yes,
Getting
always.
your hands a little dirty. Well, this establishment is beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I mean, you really have to come in and see something like this. There is so much going on. There's so much productivity.
Yep.
There's such a variety of ferns and foliage. So kindly tell me, like, how many varieties do you even have here?
Currently, we're growing over 100 varieties between the different ferns and foliage that we have.
Matt, that's a big number.
Yeah, it is. My dad started primarily his niche was the exotic ferns and tropical ferns. And now we're on to different types of foliage plants, alocasias, pothos, ficus, a lot of the stuff that you see in indoor foliage.
Okay, so you have the indoor, you have the outdoor, and I know that this company is a family company. You've been around, you're coming up on 35 years.
35 years.
And the variety has grown, and you have so much knowledge. You're very successful here. What is the productivity yearly? Like, how many plants do you produce and sell?
On a yearly basis, we grow about 2 million plants throughout the year. Not all at once, but throughout the year, 2 million plants. A bulk of that being in the beginning of the year, kind of Valentine's Day through Mother's Day. That's our busiest season. That's when we're growing and selling the most. And then second half of the year past summer, we don't sell as much, but we're still growing as much to get ready for the following spring.
Of course, I mean, you're always planting seeds. Isn't that how we are successful in life?
Absolutely.
Always be planting and preparing for the next opportunity.
Absolutely.
So it does make a lot of sense. You'd be maybe most productive in sales and have some of the highest sales in the beginning of the years, because that's how people communicate their love and admiration for one another, is through a life-giving force, which
Absolutely.
is plants. And these plants do need a lot of tender, loving care. And I know that you have this wealth of information of how to be successful doing so. So what is the number one factor? What do your plants need most to thrive?
I think for us here, getting a good start, and we're able to locally source all of our plant material for the most part from companies in Central Florida. We have a lot of tissue culture companies locally that we buy our plants from, so they're not having to get shipped from across the nation or across the world. And that allows us to have a really good start, and then allows us to have a really good finish as well.
Oh, so that is interesting. That's the quality, and you're sourcing locally. That is really beautiful.
As much as we can, yes.
Well, I love that, though. I mean, you're here in Central Florida. You've been here in Zellwood for a very long time, and it's teamwork to make this dream work.
And we're lucky that, you know, Apopka in the 60s and 70s was such a big area that a lot of these companies, this is where they set up shop. And we're fortunate to be able to, within a 10-mile radius, get a majority of the plants that we grow as starters and liners from them.
And in those 35 years of business, there's been a lot of attention and care to those relationships.
Absolutely, yep.
As much like your plants need attention and care. So you were telling me a little bit about, we were talking about how important like the sunlight is, the quality of water. Like, just tell me more about that, because I was not aware.
Yeah, I think for homeowners especially, like the biggest thing you can look at is lighting for your plants. Whether that be high light areas, low light areas, or full sun areas, depending on your plant. Educating yourself as best as possible to know what plants thrive in what lighting, and getting that correct inside your house or outside your house.
If that is not correct, do you think maybe the number one reasons why a plant may not thrive?
Lighting and water. A lot of people don't get the light right, or if you don't get the light right, that's a big part of the issues you have.
So they're either saturated with too much sun, and maybe it burns them or something?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Correct. And then another issue is too much water. Giving your plants too much water, caring for them too much, is also a big issue.
Well, thank you so much. This is such a wealth of information, and this is the foundation for success.
Yes.
And all of the success here. I do wish you continued luck.
Thank you so much.
Really,
for
really
stopping by.
beautiful. So my takeaway here is that sunlight and rainwater, a little bit of tender loving care is just enough. And also, maybe talk to them a little bit. But with that said, just continue to love and care for your plants the way that they do here, and everyone will thrive.